speak on. Welcome you to my studio and to our podcast show. Now, let's also welcome Navigator Davey Longwood and Gunner Hellfire Henley. Cheers to you too, mates. Cheers to you and welcome aboard.
Cheers, Captain. Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, we auditioned this plantation rum last week with the good old River Pirate here. So I thought I'd have me another flavor of it tonight and enjoy that a bit. Drank it a little too fast, caught me off guard. And here we are. It's good to see everybody. Good to have you here. We are still waiting for our guests to show up. We'll see what happens. If not, then we'll just have the show on our own and still talk about what we're going to talk about. For now, though, ladies and gentlemen, please go to our YouTube channel, Captain's Quarters Podcast. Subscribe and like, be a part of what we do. That way, every week you'll get a heads up bill or bell and a ringing and be told when we're going on the air every Monday night at 8 o'clock. So join and subscribe. The more subscribers we have, the better off we look. And down the road, who knows, 15 years from now, we might have enough people that YouTube will start giving us some money. But for now, we're just having a good time, making new friends and spreading the joy of pirates, history, and St. Augustine across this globe. And I do mean globe, well, at least this hemisphere, because, ladies and gentlemen, we have people from Washington, Oregon, Michigan, Quebec, Nova Scotia. Those are the ones off the top of my head at this point right now. So it's good to have everybody aboard. So let me see here. According to my script, we've done our duties there, and it is now time for Mr. Navigator to give us the quote of the day. Halloween is one day, cosplay is all year round. I like that. Very good. Very, very good. I'll tell you a little story about that. Halloween is the only day I can walk down St. George Street just dressed in my full garb and nobody bothers me. It's hilarious the first time it ever happened. It was Halloween and I was walking down the street in my garb and got very little attention because everybody else had outfits on. All the rest of the 364 days, I can't get down the street without having to take all kinds of pictures for people. So Halloween is like a good break. Means I don't mean nothing. And it's a good way to adjust your ego, ladies and gentlemen. Go into a place where you're not noticed, even though you're dressed like a pirate. It will put brakes on your ego, I can tell you that. So that's a good quote, Mr. Longwood. How about our question for the day? Or the week, I should say.
Yeah, question for the week.
So tonight's show is going to be about Ancient City Con, which is coming up really soon. And many of you have probably gone to cons, MegaCon, Dragon Con, Ancient City Con. So if you've gone to a con, it's always a great gathering of sci-fi, fantasy, cosplay, whatever else you can think of that fits in it. So what is your favorite part of any con that you have attended? We'd be interested to know. So let us know about that. And let's see here. All right, just checking the bells and whistles on my other screen. Okay, so Crew Adventures, ladies and gentlemen, we will be the St. Augustine Swashbucklers and Captain William Mayhem will be at the Ancient City Con, September 16th, 17th, and 18th, the weekend right there at International Talk Like a Pirate Day. In October, the St. Augustine Swashbucklers and Captain William Mayhem will be traveling across to the Panhandle to be a part of the Pirates of the High Seas Fest in Panama City Beach, Florida. That festival is put on with the help of my good brother, Ransom Mayhem. Then in October, we have moved the Spooktacular. Ladies and gentlemen, 17, 18, 19, and 20, we were building the Halloween in my backyard over when we were in the shores. But we have the opportunity to step our game up, and we will be taking our best haunts, our best displays, and bringing them to the Colonial Quarter. Now, this time there will be a charge, but we're trying to make sure that that charge is going to be offset by everybody bringing cans of food for humans or cans of food for pets. It'll be 3 nights only, ladies and gentlemen, the 28th, the 29th, and the 30th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, starting at 6:30 in the evening, probably closing down right around 10 o'clock. But we are going to be, I'm not even going to tell you what we're going to do, but we've got some good surprises in store and some new stuff and some old stuff that even improved. I'll just give you one hint. The ship that's in the Colonial Quarter, you can well imagine what we might be doing with that, eh? So come on out. The profits that we make will be benefiting Inc. and St. Augustine Youth, as we always do, the Captain's Quarters podcast and St. Augustine Swashbucklers, always doing something for the charities in our own town. So come on out. If you would like to be a sponsor, pardon me, pop that poster back up one more time, Mr. Navigator. If you would like to be a sponsor, the red banner down the side has been left that way so that we can put logos of any of the sponsors. We have 7 to 10 sponsorships left. Actually, we have 10 sponsorships, but 3 of them have already been taken as of today, so we only have 7 left. If you're interested, send us a message or send something to Captain William Mayhem via Facebook or my website, my email address. And most of you know that anyway. So send us a message in any way, shape, or form and get involved. It is for a good cause, and it's part of a citywide event called Ghosts of St. Augustine's Past. It's a citywide event celebrating the weekend of Halloween. So get involved. It's a good cause. Let's see what else is on our poster of things to do. November 12th, we'll be in Edgewater, Florida, helping them out with their 2nd annual Pirates on the Edge. Last year, we provided all kinds of exciting things for them. Powder Monkey, Gina and her Sirens, Ancient City Sirens. We had games. We had the Pirate Museum. We had everything going on down there. It was a lot of fun. Of course, every Monday night is the Captain's Quarters podcast. And we're working on some possibilities for Christmas. I believe there is a Christmas gala that is going to be happening, and we will talk about that one with more details next Monday. And then, of course, we move right into January of 2023, and Ancient City Pirate Fest will be coming back in full force. So be watching for that. We've already got quite a few people that are wanting to come down. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a full plate. We have September, October, November, December, and January, a full plate of things going on for the St. Augustine Swashbucklers, the Captain's Quarters podcast, and Captain William Mayhem himself. Very good. Very good. Now, we always do a little section here where we talk about an event that we might have just completed or just finished. And that's this segment right now, our update on an after event. The St. Augustine Swashbucklers were asked to join forces with the Seawolf Privateers of Flagler County, and we helped them out with their very first Pirates and Mermaids is what it was called, Pirates and Mermaids, and it was a free party, a cookout with games and pirates and mermaids and bounce houses and magic shows and a pirate ship to climb aboard and take pictures on, and the Flagler Sheriff's deputies were there to help out, and it was all for the foster children of Flagler County. All the children and their families were treated to a free afternoon from 10 in the morning to 1 in the afternoon, a free afternoon of fun and games. It was a lot of fun. They had 125 children and 65 adults. and that's a pretty good number for their first annual. And I hope that they do it again. And St. Augustine Swashbucklers, Captain Mayhem, and maybe even next year the Captain's Quarters podcast will go down there and do something. We'll see what happens. But the Powder Monkey from our podcast, he was down there, and there's Captain Scabbard and his good first mate, Katie. And there, look, I found me a prize. That was one of the most adorable little babies I've ever held. She was so cute. She was just all smiles and fun. What a great personality she was. And I just love having my picture taken with the little ones like that. She is a doll. Her mom and dad were just ecstatic to be down there. She had four sisters, Mr. Longwood.
Aye. There they are.
There they are. The whole family dressed for the occasion. Look at that. It was just an amazing process. Now, there were 4 girls and 1 boy. You see the boy up there being held there by his dad, and then the other teenage boy. But the little boy in the pirate outfit, boy, did he have some great pirate hair. He was just eating it up. So they were dressed for the occasion, and they gave us the opportunity to take a great picture of them. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what it's all about. A family there with 2, 4, 6 children, all giving love to each other. It was a grand event, and we hope to help them out. There is good old Tinker himself. Tinker and Miss Annette, his better half, Siren's Wrath. Is
You
that
made that for their ship.
For the ship?
Yep.
I have somebody messaging me off camera here, and I'm already good. Thank you very much there, Miss Cece. I have something there. Who do we have there? There's Mark. He was dressed for the occasion there. It looks like he's standing in the mermaid booth. And there's 2 of those lovely mermaids there, right there. Miss Cheetah and Miss Cece. And of course, where does the Powder Monkey hang out all the time when he should be out doing things? He's hanging out with the girls, of course. Those are the beautiful mermaids that were there. They make great mermaids. And there's a great picture of all of us hanging out in the mermaid tent, the mermaid grotto, as it were. So it was a good time. There is Miss Melinda. And if she's online tonight with our show, there she is, Nightingale in Florida. That's who she is right there. There's one of the other mermaids. And forgive me, I forgot her name already. Davey, can you help me, or do you know?
I don't remember.
And there's the 4th mermaid. They had 4 mermaids down there, and there's the 4th one right there. So there's part of the ship, and there's the one mermaid who I forgot her name. How silly of me. And there she is on the ship. So the kids could come up and sit with the mermaid and have their picture taken on board the ship. Great picture of that one, too. Very good. It was a good time held by all. Here's a couple of things for you to know. The rain held off until exactly 2:15. 2:15, and then it came down. But it didn't come down hard. It just came down steady for about 25 minutes while we're trying to put everything away. And when I mean steady, it was like standing in the shower with your clothes on. And it wasn't cold rain either. Darn it. It was warm, ugly rain. And we were already hot and sweaty anyway. But it was a good time held by all, and we will help them out. The Seawolf Privateers of Flagler County, we will help them out whenever we get the chance. They are a good crew, and they will be helping us out. We formed a small alliance between them, the St. Augustine Swashbucklers, Ancient City Sirens, and there's a couple of other crews that are joining in our little foray. But it's a good thing. So, we move on now. We talked about the Pirates and Mermaid event. Is there anybody sitting in our green room?
No.
No, hasn't shown up yet. Let me do a quick look over here on something else and see where the man might be. I can see.
So, Bill, here's the. I know we're probably going to get into it next time, but there's the.
Very good. Thank you. You were quick on that. Miss Gina and the Ancient City Sirens will be doing a charity toy drive. I believe the date on that is December 16th. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the date is December 16th. We'll have further details because the tickets are available now. And if you're interested, send us a message. But by Monday of next week, we will have further details, update that poster, and let everybody know about that event. We want everybody to come out and have a good time. It is a good toy drive, and it raises money also for what the Swashbucklers do at Christmas time. Put on by Gina and the Ancient City Sirens, and she's always doing a great job. She loves those fancy things. Yes, very good. So I do not see that our guest has showed up.
Well, you know what? We can always add, might want to talk about this.
We can. Very good. Thank you, Mr. Davey. We have made a deal with Augie's Draft for September 9th, which is a Friday night. We will be doing a live taping of the Captain's Quarters podcast on St. George Street. We have not picked a time yet. We'll let everybody know next Monday night what the time will be on that. But we will be there for a couple of hours, having a couple of drinks, enjoying it. And anybody that wants to come down and have a drink and be on camera and say a few words and get yourself on our Captain's Quarters podcast, what we're doing is we're making a video that we will edit it down and then post it on Facebook and on our YouTube channel. And some of it might even be used as propaganda and promo material by Augies themselves. But we'll be down there. I want to say that we will probably start around 6 or 6:30 in the evening and probably be there for about 2 hours, but we haven't made the firm decision. But I think 2 hours is probably enough. What do you think, Mr. Longwood?
I think so. And Captain, might we be?
Yes. Kind of hard to see it because of the light, but we have something new. It is the Captain's Quarters poker chip attached to a very special key. Now, that key is more than just a key, ladies and gentlemen. It is actually a pirate bottle opener. What we're going to do is have some of them made up and have them on our table. And for a minimal fee of $5, you can have a souvenir from the Captain's Quarters podcast. We may even have a couple of other things down there to spout off and share with everybody. And the money goes towards paying our fees and buying the equipment. We're testing out a brand new camera next week, and we've already bought it, but we have to pay for it now. So that's the way it works. We're pirates. We talk them out of it, and then we give our money to them later. It's a good way to do it. So come on down to Augie's Draft there on St. George Street. We'll have a poster for it next Monday also and give you the exact address if you're not from St. Augustine and want to come running in to see what's going on. We'd love to have you here. So I just saw somebody pop up on the screen. I need to pull this screen over so I can actually see it. Oh, wait a minute. Mr. Davey put it up on screen for me there. Put it back up. Good evening, Captain. Thank you once again for allowing me to be a previous guest and for supporting our live magic show. Andrew Ratliff and Michael Krosniak did a show in Jacksonville Saturday night. Now, after I did the entire Pirates and Mermaid event out in the heat and the sun all day, I went home, took an old man's nap, got a good shower, and then drove to Jacksonville so I could see their show. I have to say, it was pretty darn good. It was silly. It was campy. It was relaxed. Their timing on the jokes were excellent. They did very well. They both, Andrew and Michael, worked very, very well together. And it was a great show. They do the same kind of magic tricks I do. Fun audience interaction. Some of the tricks they did are some of the same tricks I do, because they do them in their style. I do them in my style. And I never go to a magic show to watch another magician see how he does it. I always go to watch their performance and be enjoyed by it. It is, many magicians do that. They'll just go because they want to relax and be an audience person. And it was a great show. And Andrew, you and Michael did a wonderful job. Michael plays the piano or keyboards, and he's pretty good. I have a couple of ideas for some jokes for you guys. We'll have to sit down over a rum and talk about it. But it really was worth the time, and it was at Jack's Draft Beer. Doggone it, I can't remember now. It was at Jack's. Is he telling me where it was at? He's not yet telling me. It was at a beer joint up in Jacksonville Thank you for the kind words. We really appreciate the feedback. It really was a good show. It really was. I had a new beer I'd never tried before. It was a cucumber and lime beer, and it was pretty good. I had 3 of those. That was all. Jack's Craft Beer. I knew I was right. Craft beer it is. Up on San Jose Boulevard, and it was the environment was good. The only thing, but it's not their fault, and it's not a bad thing. But they could have had a little bit better lighting and some on them. But other than that, I have nothing negative about their show. It was great. It was fun. The crowd was laughing and getting into it. And some of the things that I didn't see as much geek magic as I thought I was going to see. But it was a good show. And when you ever get a chance, if you hear of the Professional Liars show going on anywhere in Jacksonville, and or maybe we can get them down here in St. Augustine, you must go see the show. It's just a lot of fun. A lot of fun. But you did make it work. Yes, the lighting. I had to go do a show once, and it was an outdoor show, and they had no lights, and I had no lights, and you couldn't see a thing. I could have brought an elephant into the area, and they would have never have noticed, and I would have looked really good at it. But sometimes things are beyond our control, and we have to work with what we work with. So it was a great show. Go see them if you can. Maybe Andrew and Michael, we can talk about having you come down here, and we'll put the show on down here, and I just have to figure out how to pay you. But I think it'd be a lot of fun. So, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. What else do we have, Mr. Davey? I see that our guest still has not arrived, and I see that he's not even online at this point right now. So I would guess that either he's tied up with some problems or just isn't getting the right signals. So we were going to be talking about, hence the background that Mr. Longwood put up, the Matrix. We were going to be talking about Ancient City Con, ladies and gentlemen, and we're still going to talk about it for a few minutes. Ancient City Con, because that's what our episode's about. Ancient City Con is coming up on September 16, 17, and 18, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They have, if you want, you can find their website and find out what's going on there. And Max was supposed to be, he's one of the co-owners of the entire thing, and he's been doing Ancient City Con now for several years. This will be now they did not do it during COVID, so they did not do it in 20 and 21. So this is the first time back now since 19. I did 17, 18, and 19 with them, and I'm looking forward to going back and doing 2022. When we did 19, maybe they did 20. I'll have to think about that a minute. But I had my good quartermaster, Mr. Leon, from the crew. He does leather, and he went out there and spent 2 days with me with our booths, and he had leather products to sell, and we had other gizmos and gadgets and things to sell off for the crew to add to our kitty. And ladies and gentlemen, it was a very successful time. Oh, and look at that. Max Michaels is supposed to be here, but he's not. But there's Max Mayhem on the balcony there, looking on to the studio. Hello, Max. How are you? You want to come down and sit in the chair with Dad? Come on. You can come down here if you want. All right, maybe not. You can see his nose off to the side there. He's just inspecting things, how cute it is. But there's a lot of things going on. What have you got that we could pop up to show people about Ancient City Con, Mr. Navigator?
Okay, let's see.
Now, I do know there's a couple of good stars that are going to be there. Let's do a quick trivia. Barry Bostwick will be there.
Yeah.
Somebody tell me what is one of the more famous cult movies he is famous for.
Rocky Horror.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Rocky Horror Picture Show. So he'll be there and signing autographs, and we hope to get him in on our podcast to put in with what we're doing. And then a friend of mine now is Vanessa Branch. Now, many of you, I have her picture on my wall here also. Many of you may remember in Pirates of the Caribbean, there's several times where Jack Sparrow is sitting or standing on the dock with two lovely ladies, a redhead and a blonde. And the redhead slaps him, and he says, "I don't think I deserve that." And then the blonde slaps him, and he says, "I might have deserved that." And that's Vanessa Branch. Hi. Hey, there's Alex. Hold on a minute. Let me see if I can get her.
I put one in a message to her.
So if she pops in, we'll talk with her a bit. She's familiar with Ancient City Con because she's very involved in it and has been for all these years. So do you have the picture of Vanessa Branch there? Pop that up. Let everybody see who we're talking about. They'll remember when they see a picture of her. And maybe Alex will see the link that you sent to her.
I hope she will.
Go ahead. Well, I have another drink of my juice. And while we're waiting, Mr. Hellfire, you're into cosplay. Tell me one of your good experiences of cosplay.
Oh, yeah, he's a cosplayer.
Cosplay is actually the reason that I'm here right now is because of cosplay. That's what originally started me into costuming and all that. It's always been one of my favorite hobbies. Good way to pass time, and you meet a lot of good people doing cosplay and stuff. I want to say the first costume I ever did was a family costume. It was with my father and my sister and myself, and we did a group steampunk cosplay. And ever since then, I've just been into it, whether it was video games or stuff like steampunk or pirate costuming. I've just always enjoyed it. Thought it was very fun.
Putting on costumes. My apologies for standing up there. My little Max here wants to get involved in the show, so I'm going to see if I can get him up here. Get up here. Come on. Get up here, Max. Come on. Not all right. Come over here. Come on, up here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Max Mayhem right here, and he was curious about what's going on, so we bring him into the show for just a few minutes and see how long he'll stay here. But this is my good buddy, Max Mayhem. Say hello to everybody. Hello, everybody. All right. So, doing cosplay, doing costume setup. Hellfire. I got too many Maxes around right now. Hellfire. How did it improve your social ability and your what's the word I'm trying to think of? Your ability to not be as shy as one would take you.
So I will definitely say I've come maybe not a long way, but a little ways in not being as shy as I used to be. I can walk out in St. George Street dressed as a pirate now, and it doesn't faze me. But when I first started, I was scared to walk around the corner.
And we put you in a video too, and you did really well. So it surprised me that you were as shy as you were, because you did so well. But it's the same with magic. And because I've got Mr. Andrew on there also, I'll tell you a little secret. I've taught children magic, and their parents have come to me afterwards when they started learning to do magic and told me that their school grades go up, their confidence goes up. They actually... their inner self improves, it strengthens, and that's one of the things about pirate, reenactor, cosplay, sci-fi, steampunk. All of these things will help you, and it's some of the stuff we talk about when I do an acting class. I also do. It's more of an acting seminar than a class, but we'll talk about that in the next coming weeks, because I believe we're going to do another one in October that's open to the public. So, what are some of the characters you've done as cosplay?
Well, usually Usually, whenever I do cosplay and stuff, and I'm going to a convention, I'd say 90% of the time I work on original characters from just about anything, really. More recently, though, I have actually started working on one of my favorite costumes, something I've wanted to do for a very long time, ever since I was much younger, and that is a certain heroic plumber. Um, so I've started working on a realistic Mario cosplay, and it's turning out really awesome so far.
Well, I can't wait to see that one. This is the first I've heard of that one.
It's been kind of hidden in the shadows, and more recently I've decided to start picking up and working on it. Um, Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make it to the Swashbucklers Halloween event, and I didn't want to completely waste the season, so I figured what better time than now to start working on it. So it's definitely something I'm excited about. Can't wait to start really working on it.
Well, I can't wait to see it. That'll be a good one. Sorry, I've got a couple of messages that keep popping up, and there's Vanessa Branch. Now talk about a very lovely lady. She is also the Orbit Gum Girl, as you see there. She also did a spot on Star Trek. I have her card from Star Trek. And for any of you guys that might remember the Maxim magazine, it was a kind of a guy's magazine. It was kind of a softer, way softer than Playboy. And she was a Maxim girl also. So she's a lot of fun. And believe it or not, without giving away too much information, she doesn't live too far out of this area, actually. So she had a booth right across from us last year. We had talked about having her on the podcast, but things just didn't work out yet so far. They may have us do another panel. Panels were a lot of fun. I'd never really done them until the last two years. Last year, I guess it was. So last year we did this, and the panel was fun, and it was all about the guest of the Ancient City Con coming in and sitting and just asking questions. And almost all the questions, because I was on the panel and she was on the panel, almost all the questions were about pirates, or especially for her, Pirates of the Caribbean. And she had some great stories to tell about all the actors from Pirates of the Caribbean. So it was well worth becoming friends with her. And I hope to get her on our podcast. We'll get her in the live broadcast when we do it out at Ancient City Con that weekend. But I'm going to try to get her to come over and visit and be a part of our show. Barry Bostwick will be there, as I said earlier. Some of the kids, some of the children, when I looked in today's update for Ancient City Con, I saw quite a few different children that were going to be at the event that are from Stranger Things. That's a great show also. Many of you probably have seen it, but none of the major players were going to be there, I didn't think, except for one. Adrian. I'll get his name wrong anyway, but he's supposed to be there. And then quite a few others that are character players that wear so much makeup and masks for Star Trek or sci-fi or horror that you wouldn't know them anyway, but you would know their characters. And they'll all be there to take pictures and sign autographs. And it is well worth it to go and meet them. It's a great time. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, partial Friday, all day Saturday, most of Sunday. And we'll have a pirate booth there for you to stand in and take pictures with the pirates and have a good time with that. And we'll just have to get everybody to come out. There it is right there.
I'm getting them as fast as I can, Captain.
I know. I probably talk faster, but you're very good at it. So you're doing well, keeping up on it. So those are some of the people that are coming from Ancient City Con. Almost all the ones in the smaller pictures, they look like all the ones that were in the backstory episodes in the third series. The third series. So if you like the story and you like the show, these guys will all be there. and it'll be kind of fun to get involved with them. So, Ancient City Con, September 16, 17, and 18. Alex just sent me a message, David, and wanted to know where you sent the link to.
Facebook Messenger. I sent her a private thing.
Hold on. Let me see if I can catch her up here.
If there is one thing I will say about cosplay, at least in the state of Florida, it is getting increasingly more difficult to cosplay and not start to overheat. It gets extremely hot now.
It does get warm. Hey, and I know that because I wear a lot of leather and heavy coats.
It was hot at that the event down in Flagler Beach as Powder Monkey.
What also doesn't help too is if you're inside of a big building full of a bunch of people who are cosplaying, it's going to get real hot real quick.
Oh, there's I sent Alex a thing. Did she see it?
Yeah, she did, but she's out. So I just sent her a message. She's out. I said, well, it's all right. Max had not let her know. She was just kind of a last minute thought. And I told her, she'll book with us to do something after. Maybe we can do an after story on Ancient City Con.
Oh, that'd be cool.
All right, very good. So we have now logged in an extra guest for further down the road, and or of course for next year prior to Ancient City Con. So ladies and gentlemen, again, that date is September 16, 17, and 18. It's at the World Golf Village in St. Johns County. They have a great convention center out there, and they fill the entire place up. It is just a lot of fun. Last year, I got to hang out with the guy that played Flash Gordon in the Flash Gordon TV series.
Oh, cool.
So sometimes things just don't work out that everybody is on the same page when we're trying to do these shows, or something happens. And I also know that we had several of our viewers that sent messages saying they may not be able to show up and view the show because there's storms going on everywhere. Even our own Hellfire had a loss of electricity, that strange thing that Ben Franklin was looking at when he was doing his experiments, and caused him to lose power. And I was afraid it was going to happen here too, but we did well. We're okay. So everything worked out for us. So, ladies and gentlemen, I can't say anything more about Ancient City Con. We just had a good well wish from Alex to have a good show. So, Ancient City Con. So, it's going to bring me to one other thing. Let's go ahead and talk about Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Okay.
Since on our scripting, I have a link for a video. So I'm thinking this would be a good segue. And if you hear running in the background, my dog Max has decided to run the length of the pirate room back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. He's all excited, but that's all right. That's one of the fun parts about doing these shows from home in the home studio. I could shoot him, but then I'd be very upset with him.
I'm Old Chumbucket, and we are the Pirate Guys. Now, we've had many fans write to us on our website, www.talklikeapirate.com, asking us, Pirate Guys, how do we learn to talk like pirates? How do I do it? Well, it's a mystery. We're here to give you a quick lesson on what we call the 5 A's. The 5 A's. We call them that because there's 5 of them, and they begin with the letter A. And the first one is a little word we like to call ahoy. Ahoy. Translated into your landlubber lexicon, that means hello. The second one Avast! Avast! Avast means stand and give attention. You might use it when you're sitting in a bar, as we often do, and you see a beautiful, well-endowed woman walk in, and you might say, Avast! Get a load of the bowsprit on that proud beauty. Avast! The next word is I. I translates as, yes, I agree most heartily with everything you just said or did. The fourth A is aye. Now it sounds just like I, but aye means, yes, boss, I'll get right on that just as soon as I finish my coffee. There's two of them. Aye. And the final A is a little word we call arr. Arr is a flexible word. It can mean anything you want it to mean. Arr can mean my team is winning. It can mean my team is losing. It can mean I'm enjoying this beverage. I would like a muffin. It can mean I'm here and alive. Arr! You throw those 5 A's in, and you've got all the pirate talking you're going to need. Arr!
So now, ladies and gentlemen, keep tabs on that. The 5 A's of being pirate speak there. We've got something special planned we hope is going to work out. Now, September 19th is our good friend Scarlett Deerhart's birthday, and she'll be in St. Augustine for the whole weekend. So we are planning to have her as our guest of honor on that Monday evening. But we are also making some other plans. Mr. Longwood, I know that Mr. Henley can't come over from his long distance for that Monday night. If he can work it out, that'd be great. But if not, Mr. Longwood will be coming over and running the show from Captain Mayhem's pirate studio here in our pirate room, but in a different location, a different area. So it still looks like he might be away. We'll see. He'll have
I get to be in the bar.
That's it. You'll be at the bar. But Scarlett will be bringing a few friends, and a few of the crew will probably be here. And we have a plan, a secret plan. And you know how plans go, as it was shown tonight. They don't always work out for us. But a secret plan, ladies and gentlemen, that we may be actually talking to good old Chum Bucket and Captain Slappy right there that you saw on the video. We may be talking to them live that very night. It's already in the works, and we'll let you know a little bit more as it gets closer. With that, I've already talked to John Bauer, that's good old Slappy there, and he thought it was a right fine idea, and it actually works in with the schedule of what they're doing for Talk Like a Pirate Day also. So it might be a grand, fun thing for us to try to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is our September 19th Talk Like a Pirate. Which kind of brings us to the other thing, this week in history. You want to do that one next, Mr. Longwood?
Yeah, aye.
Great Fire of London. It was also the year Captain William Mayhem was born. But back to the Fire of London. For such a catastrophe, two things were very unusual about the fire. Nobody died. Everybody was able to be taken care of and evacuated, and nobody died. But it did do one thing that was very good. And you may not know this, but it was pretty much the end of the Black Plague, because the fire pretty much killed most of the rats that were carrying that dreaded disease. So that's a good one for you to think about. Such a catastrophe, but some good came from it. Pardon me? Glidey. There's two of the A words for you right there. All right, take care of that. So, ladies and gentlemen, there's the mini-me.
He was dancing during the thing.
Showing off. Yes, that's my ultra miniature ego, the mini-me.
Mini-me.
What else do we have here? Video highlight we've done this week in history. Let's do a last-minute check of our messages. And I brought the screen over to my side so I can read down it, but
there's a lot.
Distance. I got to put some specs on so I can see what the heck I'm reading. It's getting pretty bad. So we welcome Zachary Harker, Ken Smith, powering out momentarily, but there you be. Very good. Hi, Panama City Beach is represented by Ransom Mayhem. There's Captain Smooth from up there in Canada. Hi. Nightingale in Florida. My favorite is Star Trek cons. Of course, yes, very good. There's my good friend Jim from St. Augustine. Ancient City Con seems like it could be the inmates from the old jail. Hi, bring them out there. Hi, let's see. Ken Smith. I like to see a wide variety of imagination and characters made up, historical and fantasy. That's a very good one. Let's see. Will the Historian went to Dragon Con, met David Prowse, Darth Vader, and Timothy Zahn. Okay. Tell me who Timothy Zahn was. One of my favorite things is to buy artwork. My house is like an art gallery. Every few months, the wife and I go through and swap out artwork. Hi, that's good. An appreciation of good art. So are you getting the art from these cons? That's the interesting part. That little girl with the red ribbons was absolutely adorable. Was that from Stranger Things?
No, the one, one of the family at the event.
Oh, she's talking about this past weekend. Yes, they were all just wonderfully adorable.
That was the name of the mermaid you didn't know.
Yes, very good. Let's see.
And Captain.
Look at that. There is the captain of the Seawolves. Yes, very good. Thank you, Mr. Timothy, for being a part of our show. We hope we gave you enough credit. There's Miss Cece, my better half. Nightingale in Florida, Miss Cece. Al Lane is back. Hey, very good to see you. Heck yeah. Nice to have you aboard. Andrew, of course, we talked with Andrew a couple of times here and there. And again, a great show. And I think we need to figure out how to get the Liars down here and have one of those. Nightingale in Florida wants one of those keys. Everybody should have one of those keys. Come out on Monday or Friday evening and hang out with us on September 9th. And we'll make sure you get one. Ancient City Sirens will be there with a special tribute. I'm guessing she's talking about.
Yeah, that's going to be one of the people from Deep Space Nine's there.
Yes, Deep Space Nine. Very good. Let's see. Donna says Max is her boyfriend. You're talking about Max, my dog, or Max Michaels?
The dog
Hellfire, you mentioned that the heat. Try doing full garb on the white sandy beach. We're here in Panama City Beach. Now Ransom's just whining. It's hot anyway. Very good. Let's see. Longwood, where can I find the video you just played? Was that the Ransom, are you talking about the video that was Chumbucket and Slappy for Talk Like a Pirate Day? It's on YouTube.
I can send
you the link later on. I have the link for it. I'll send it to you. Let's see. Saints be upon you, Captain, from Ken Smith. Donette Webster. Very good. Nice to have her aboard. Or we could use another weekend using the inmates and call it Ancient City Ex-Cons. There you go. Very good. There you go. Ancient City Ex-Cons. That would be a good one. Very good. We had quite a few people watching the show. It's been a good show tonight. I'm very sorry. I apologize for our guest not being able to show up. I can only assume that as busy as he is, because Ancient City Con is not the only con he works on. He has a couple of other ones going on throughout the year. Plus, he is a guest at many of the others, like Dragon Con and MegaCon.
Doesn't he also do photography, professional photography and stuff?
I believe he does, and he has a comic. He used to have a comic book store up in Jacksonville, and he dealt in comic book and paraphernalia that people would like at the different cons. I would love to have you down here, Captain Smoo. Be really great to have you. We're going to have a whole booth at Ancient City Con. Having a couple more pirates would be kind of cool. I am going to send out an invite to Captain Jay Tucci, who's now down in Orlando from New Hampshire way, and see if he'll be over for the weekend, maybe to come and say hello and get some hellos in there to Scarlett Deerheart also. I didn't see her on tonight, so she must have had something going on. Missed seeing her. But it's been a good show, ladies and gentlemen. Even without the guest, we can still talk our ears off. And the surprising thing, ladies and gentlemen, more than anything else, we actually got Hellfire Henley to speak for more than 2 words. That could be an omen. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's do our thank yous to everybody we're supposed to do our thank yous to. And we've done the messages. Oh, wait. New on the horizon. I'm sorry, Mr. Davey. New on the horizon?
Yep. New on the horizons first. There we go.
So, ladies and gentlemen, next week, with any luck, we have Sketchy Guy the Artist, who did our artist renderings of the 3 of us. He's from Las Vegas, and he'll be out. On the 12th, we have Captain Zachary Harker from Michigan with the Silver Moon crew. On Tuesday, September 13th, a very special day, National Defy Superstition Day, and I have Matt Frick coming out. He's the curator of the museum, Pirate Museum, and the author of a Thomas II pirate book. And we'd like to have him come out. And he's also got Navy background, so he'll know all about nautical superstition. September 19th, as we said earlier, is first anniversary of our show, and Scarlett Deerheart's party. 26th will be Captain Del Mayhem McCrae. He'll be here. Ransom Mayhem it is, from the Pirates of the White Sand, talking about their event. And with any luck, Mandy Jo Brown will be also talking to us on October 3rd. The rest you can read on as you like, ladies and gentlemen, but you can see that we have a full lineup all the way up to the 21st of November, and now we're working on those dates. So it'd be great to have you as part of it. So that's our lineup, and I believe we'll be pretty full all the way through till so we will do our lineup now of thank yous. Let me get that screen out of the way and get the screen I want back up again. I'm going to have 4 screens, Mr. Nick Longwood. 4 screens. So let's say a thank you to our fine sponsors. That would be Ancient City Cider and Sticks Wings, Paper and Strings. That's our good friends and good crewmates over there in Tampa. That would be Miss Christie, who just celebrated a birthday. And her other half. Yes. Both of them play well together. Let's see. Shiver Me Pictures, Scarlett Deerheart, the Colonial Music Park, and St. Augustine Pirate and Treasure Museum. Those are our fine sponsors, and we're now getting ready to put letters out for sponsorship in 2023.
Always room for more sponsors.
What's that?
Always room for more sponsors. Captain.
Always room for more sponsors. And if you don't want to be a full sponsor, ladies and gentlemen, you can join by being a part of our small crew of Patreon supporters. Patreon is a way for you to just give us a little bit of money on a monthly basis. And we have $5 First Mate memberships, and we have 6 of those. And what we do is we end up getting $5 from 6 different people off of their credit card automatically. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen.
And 6 sponsors, which is different.
What's that?
6 sponsors, which is a little bit different.
Yep. 6 sponsors and 6 First Mates. So it's a good thing. We also have 227 subscribers.
Yes.
How about that? 227 subscribers. So we're doing well, ladies and gentlemen. Here's some of the people that are part of this show, which would be Mayhem Productions, the Powder Monkey. There's Longwood and Hellfire and Captain Mayhem in cartoonish form, done by our good friend Sketchy Guy out of Las Vegas. And of course, the St. Augustine Swashbucklers help us when they can too. And we share in the support of our charities, which are Inc., Investing in Kids, St. Augustine Youth Services, the Humane Society, and at Christmas time, Toys for Pits. PITS stands for Pirates in Training. And we do a lot of good helping out some of the families we have. I see that somebody named Ghost 3D just signed in to our show. And welcome aboard. We're glad to have you there. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I believe we've hit our mark. And I'd like to say, if you'd like to play one of your videos, we'd love to have one of your videos on our show. If you're a captain of a crew anywhere in the country watching us, whether you see us now or see us on our recorded version when this show hits the YouTube channel, and by the way, we get 12 to 1,500 views a week on all of our shows combined, send us a message. We'd love to put you as the captain of your crew on our show as our guest so you can talk about what you do in your part of the world. Your charity, your crew, your officers, whatever it is your crew wants to be bragged about, it's up to you as the captain to brag about them. Because if you brag about them, they do a good job. So we'd love to have you on the show. So if you want to be a part of the show, ladies and gentlemen, please send us a message and get involved with our show and be a part of our show. Because without guests, without crew, and without watchers, it would just be me and Davey and Hellfire sitting around talking on the cameras. As you can see, well, I'd probably be doing most of the talking. So, ladies and gentlemen, get involved in our show. We have some new ideas for things coming up that we're going to be doing along the way, and we're always open to ideas. The entire broadcast we're doing on September 13th, ladies and gentlemen, was superstition, nautical superstition. We've been kicking it around for months, and it came to us from somebody else, not us. It wasn't our original idea, and I liked it so much we played with it, and now we're going to get ready to do it. So, good ideas. You have an idea for a show? Let us know. We want to have you tell us what you want to see and hear. Otherwise, I just sit here and do card tricks all night. What do you think? Did we have a good show, my friends?
I think so.
I think we had a good show. And it's always nice to see all of our people. So there's old Mini-Me Mayhem saying his so longs and goodbyes. I didn't see the chicken.
No, Mini Mayhem threw him in the brig.
All right. Very good. Very good. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to say goodnight.
Part of the podcast.
Part of the crew.
Always to each and every one of you, we love you, we respect you, and we thank you for being a part of our show. You are what make our show. Thank you very much. Signing out.